But then again, one of Lazarus' first bans was to remove Inferno, which is Envy's best map in the pool. So they've only got so many options they can go with. Nuke was their pick. They start on CT side, which of course is a fantastic thing because they're going to need this map to stay alive in the series. Lazarus not got great win rates on this map in the past. We'll find out how well they can do against the Envy side as they go quickly into the outside control. Aggression coming in from Lazarus. Their T side dominating Mirage. Let's see if it will dominate the likes of Nuke here. As Fugly gets that first kill on Zelsis, looking for Infinite around the corner at the small red box. 4v4 scenario as the bomb information has been gathered by the CT forces, but Lazarus still maintain control of the bomb itself. PT50's picked up Saprosa, trying to round the corner here towards the old hell position, trying to catch off Android, trying to catch off some sort of CT semblance. And Tens watching out with the Glock, ready for CTs to face in through the heart. He expects Envy to aggress down the CT force, but not going to happen thus far here. Carefully playing around this whole thing, Envy. Expecting Lazarus to come to them, but finally the shoulder spotted and Tens takes out the head of Som. A tiny amount of aggression working out well for the T side line. Android trying to frag back on towards the help position here on ramp. He does catch the Prosa on rotation, so keeping him out of advantage at evens, and he hears multiple sets of footsteps, so now he can just wait back and hold for Lazarus to enter the B bomb side. They all hold back over towards the lobby position. Nifty pushing up, looking for tapped off Tens, and he will tap his way through with the only CZ they have, the upgraded pistol for Envy that's left in play. Looking on towards Heaven as well, spots out the likes of FNS, who's dealt with by Sonic, traded back by Infinite. And the Glock comes in from the backhand side. Tens deals with Nifty with his back turn. 1v2 for Android. Tens looking for his 3k. Infinite looking for the bomb plant, and Tens lands that headshot perfectly. Pistol favor of Lazarus. A great start again for the T side. As USPs come out for the Envy side on the full eco, not bothering with the force buy this time, although admittedly they didn't have a force buy in that first map. They had the force on the back of Lazarus coming back with their own force buy prior to the pistol. Obviously, Envy now 2 for 1 down in pistols so far in this series, and no choice but to probably concede the second round to Lazarus forces. The SMG basis for the buy-up, 2 MAC-10s and 1 UMP. Should be able to make quick work of the Kevlarless players, the Envy side. Android, the only real investment coming through with the flashbang, and even that's not saying much. Could get his teammates to stack in over to the ramp entrance. Trophy room push to come through from Envy. Potentially could catch Lazarus off guard if they're not ready, but even then, firepower basis, USPs versus rifles and SMGs. They are going to face into the stack, though. Lazarus could be up for a bit more of a fight than they're really expecting. Shoulder bait, Suppose are moving in. Spots that one on the boot spot, deals with Fugly, and Sonic trades right back. Some also falling in the extent. 2 kills for Sonic. Will not go any further than that, as the AKs and MAC-10s do clean house. 10s with the triple kill. Not as much as recovered investment on the SMGs as Lazarus would have liked to, but in the end they will be able to get the round 2-0 with the rebuys coming in. AKs actually getting dropped out by 10s to Saprosa, and also Zelsis investing without the utility. The economy line being weak for both squads, but weaker for Envy than it is for Laz. 3 players staying alive. Obviously, the Profiteer will come through, and 4 rifles versus 5. AUGs versus AKs and a Krieg. Plus 1 MAC-10 for FNS. Saving it for the last round, see what damage he can do. As Fugly goes quick to the outside position, round the left-hand side of the red box, ready for the T-side base, lines up 2 frags on for the triple, not quite. Zel's actually got the TK in that one, so we stand at a 4 versus 3 with not as many frags on the board as Fugly would have liked to. The T's making their way up and over towards the secret position, the bomb included. 10's going to cover off backstab here towards ramp room. No CTs are here to defend it. They will have wraparounds coming in, and Android will be here on the B bomb side to defend against it. They know that they've left ramp open. 10's going to creep up and potentially damage the hole on the A site. 2 players yet to rotate down to the lower bomb site of Nuke. Opening up squeaky door, they'll get that info out. Som down towards Hut will not be revealing any positions, so the CT's reading onto this backstab that could come through, and Zelsis will give up his position. Oh, sorry, 10's will give up his position, excuse me. Taking Nifty down to 3 versus 3, with Som there to try and trade it back, isolating that 1v1. FNS moves in as now Lazarus move into the A bomb site, rotating back through the vents. Bomb plant down to 2 versus 2. And Android Trying to find a way to work back over towards the main area. Sonic, be joined by a little bit of backup. Both CTs. No defuse kit. Utility used up by Sonic with a nade to do damage, but Zelsis keeps his control back here. Small gap and a smoke to work with as Sonic lures in. Spotted out, spray on through, missing out. Sonic gets the frag. And the FNS got a hold for time. The bomb implanted on the other side of the bomb site. Spray comes through. Sonic will be able to get the kill. Will he have enough time for the defuse? It will be the long 10 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he's not got it. No, both CTs are going up in smoke. That awkward moment where they looked at each other like, oh no, we're doomed. It was close though. Like a split second earlier and they probably would have gotten it. CZ's in on 3, 2P, 250s. Sabrosa looking to try take contact into the CT forces that will aggress against him. Gets down 1 kill. Sonic and Fugly, excuse me, going to trade back and forth. 3v2 scenario is actually the CT sending back to 1 versus 1. Nifty with a headshot to land against FNS, and the pistols have done their damage, but not enough to steal it from Lazarus. As 1 man remains in play, and they're taking a lot of damage in these last few rounds. The economy line going to be shattered for the T's. The Envy sitting on max loss bonus will have a buy back in with the AWPs and the AUGs coming in for the CT rifle. Early nades to open up the squeaky door. Infinite. Sabrosa, FNS the man on the lockout towards the secret position. Fugly is ready for that spray down and he will get him out. Opening frag for Envy this time. With a regular choke points to the T-side forces. Smokes down from Som as he keeps the hut control. Infinite smoking down the cross. Flashes over into the ramp from control. They know that Android's here close. The Mac 10 going to wrap back over. Try and check the position out towards Hell. Molotov down from safety and that'll keep the rotations coming in. So they could potentially isolate the likes of Android. Meanwhile, Nifty strikes on Sabrosa, takes another rifle out of play for the T's. 2-man advantage for Envy, and off the back of that, Lazarus are going to fall back into lobby, into the trophy room. The nades doing a little bit more damage. They just seem to land on this utility and these peaks very, very effectively here. Burst in from Nifty, damage to 10, eventually takes him down. 2 players remain. As the Krieg does get picked up by Zelsis, finally swapping out that SMG, but now going to flash Infinite into the bomb site. And Envy, information gathering and slow positions being taken. Slow peaks coming through for Lazarus. Nifty bursting down. Smoke will clear. Did he spot Zelsis? I think he may have done. The flashbang will come through to try to get a peek in. Lines them both up and knocks them both down. Nifty with a 4K. And a first on the board for Envy. There you go. A confident round finally being obtained by the CT forces. There's been a map and a bit. And again, the damage done to the Lazarus line in that time is left very little for the reinvestment on this 6th round. Krieg in, Deagle's in for 3. Kevlar and Helmet's being brought down by the T-side forces, but there's still not a lot to play with. This outside control gets established immediately by FNS. Again, he likes pushing in towards the secret area. We saw that from the last round where it was an isolated frag coming in. And Fugly back over to the outside position, ready to receive against it. Checking out the silo boost and the outer control of Redbox. Lazarus not taking that peek. Meanwhile, 10's getting tagged up on the first face out to the lobby. Som watching the hut. Making sure no one from the T side pushes further forward. No head spotted out by Fugly instead. He spots FNS instead. Burst through to do damage to 8 points of health for Sabrosa. Not willing to give up his rifle just yet. Not going to try and get the kill on the man that they are known to. Looking on towards Secret. Does spot him eventually to the right-hand side of the white box. And the spray comes through. And Fugly will finally be first casualty of the Lazarus play. Outside control not fully established. But with that kill, they're going to start pushing a little bit further forward on Sabrosa and FNS. Boost up without Sabrosa. Full outside control looking on to the CT spawn and towards Old Hell. But what will Lazarus be able to do with the rest of the inside control? Android spotted the Deagle in from Infinite. 3 shots will force him off angle, but he will reface to the back of ramp. 1 player, 2 players, 3 players spotted now. Flashbangs over. Sonic gets Zelsis here towards the cross, out towards Hell. 25 seconds and a man advantage regained by Envy, and the low HP for FNS and Tens will just not be enough to make this hit work. So Rosa making his way in, Nifty cutting him out, looking for Tens as well for the double kill. Not quite the triple of FNS, but Som there for the trade. We'll leave the second in for Envy. The force by not going well for Lazarus as the rifles overpower the pistols and get the second on the CT board. Eco coming in from Laz. FNS flashing over with the Glocks to get his teammates in towards the main area, and Fugly can't quite cut them down. They're going out towards Hell and locker rooms, but Fugly will get that triple kill lined up on for the Quadrant. Not quite against FNS, but now knowing where they are, Som deals with FNS and Infinite. Last man left, moving in. Might actually catch off Fugly for a frag, and indeed he will, so that's something. Trade back from Sonic with the AWP. The 3rd round on the board for Envy. Lazarus' eco going about as well as you would expect it to go. P90 in for 10s here on the buy-up now, with 3 rounds lost bonus. The teams, of course, stacking up their money. Interesting they're going to go with an SMG rather than a full-blown set of rifles, but I guess kind of to get the extra utility, it kind of makes sense. See what 10s can do. SMG smoking out, playing in the back lines, allowing the Lazarus side to move up and over the outside positions. Standard smokes down towards the cross. Shots ring true, so Broza will cross alongside FNS. The Molotov start to burn. He's completely blind firing his way, but he will drop 10s. Second frag not going to come through as Sonic lucks his way out in this opening. Lazarus still gain secret control, and Android knows this. He's well aware. Smokes down, no for gain, has no idea how many T-side players he could be facing up against, but the AUG holds Nifty with a crossfire, locks out the first headshot. Infinite trades on Android, and FNS gets it back to 3 versus 3. 2 HP remaining on him. Zelda's catching off 1 towards the outside, distracting the rest of the CT line with the actual hit that's coming through. Fugly's going to try and isolate this frag around the ring of Rosie's corner. And Infinite hearing footsteps rotating up if he moves in right now. Backstabbing against Som. Beautifully played with Zelda's getting the kill on Fugly. Backing up his teammate to make sure the trade does not come through for Envy. They take a 1v3 favor to the T side forces. Bomb plant down. And Sonic with the AWP. Oops. Will not be facing this one. Might look for an exit. Might look for a kill. Does fire away against FNS, but the 2 HP player gets his double. Lazarus, 5th on the board. Or pin for Sabrosa, looks on, checks out, down towards Secret. Gets the opening kill on Sonic. Nice face into the red box. First player down. Russian comes in from Fugly to try regain control of that part of the map. And the AWP might get boosted up and the smokes in from Zelsis. Spots out the 1 man close. Flashbangs over, trying to discombobulate Fugly entirely, but just maintain the outside control. And Play the defaults for the moment. Smokes down towards Secret, making sure no peek can come in for the likes of Nifty, who is slowly creeping up. Meanwhile, Android also creeping up here. Trophy room, snack room. Nade on Nifty. Damage not quite done. Sabrosa will fall back out of outside control. Alongside FNS and Zelsis, who more passive line will maintain it in place of the AWP. Android rounds the corner, takes tens, drops that bomb, but Trade comes in from Infinite as Som chimes right back, and Nifty swings out, 1 kill found, not quite Zelsis, but a 3v2 and low HP for that man. Nifty has to fall back and maintain control of the A bomb site, the most likely place that Lazarus have to hit, and Som knowing that his presence, his potential presence there in lobby is enough to keep Lazarus slow. 20 seconds, they have to push now, they have to go to A, they've got no choice, they can wrap back down towards the vent dive is supposed to be. He's got to get this kill on Nifty if he does. And chasing up, AUG spots out the AWP, sprays it down. With a kill coming in from Fugly simultaneously to Celsius, it will be a 4th locked out by Envy. A nice buyback, a nice round. And Lazarus forced down now on the loss bonus. Only had 3 coming as their last rifle victory, so now they're back on 2 with nothing to work with in the savings. So Envy will keep this close. Still Lazarus making a good T-side half thus far, you know. Not many teams can say they go to get an early lead above the CT forces and can still potentially make it a good half overall for the T-side. Flashes in, Som, nades up, doing damage to nobody, in fact, bouncing away, and Sabrosa completely evading that nade entirely. Starts to face up and gets the dink down with a deagle, but not the kill against Som. Knows that he's low and continues to face it against Nifty. Will know exactly where he is, and eventually Som will catch him on the reface and take the kill for the CT side. AUG's AWP for Sonic still in play, and Nifty will catch off FNS looking on towards the squeaky area. Spots out tens, and Fugly will swing in from Secret to take him down. Infinite and Zelsis last 2, and Zelsis will drop down into the vents area, spot spray and come through with a kill, so last man standing is Infinite, and again Sonic will just deal the damage onto him. Envy with a nice clean, all 5 alive round. But again, the rebuy will come through for LZR. And AKs and Kriegs in with the AWP brought back by Sonic. The AUG still in for the remainder. The CT side forces as sprays blind come through from tens. Nifty tries to try and right back. Will pop a hole open in the squeaky door, but no such frag found early on by Envy or Lazarus. Zelsis smokes, flashes, and gains outside control with a little bit of support from his teammates in the back line. Flash joining Sabrosa, joining Infinite as well. Tenzels are wrapping back in to maintain the T-side force. The main T-side force as well, over to ramp entrance. Nice nade, loads of damage done by Android. A swinging from Infinite will try and take him down at 5 HP. He will come out worse for wear, but the trade back damage on the rest of the Lazarus line will be susceptibly open to trade frags. Sonic will take out Sabrosa, kick things off. A round from Zelsis will be dealt with. No, he gets Nifty. Now all that's left is Android and 5 points of health back in Duck. Infinite will deal with him, and the bomb plant can come through from FNS, open to the old Toxic. Sonic, Som, and Fugly with a lot of work that needs to be done. Will they go for the retake is the question. It looks like they might not actually. Some of Fugly are watching for extra frag positions. They might take Celsius down still. AK sprays on Fugly, gets him, looks on towards heaven, not expecting him out on top of Hut, so Som will trade back for an AK-47, but as far as he looks to go, that's as far as Envy look to go. As Lazarus, despite taking a ton of damage off the early utility coming in from the Envy side, they still maintain their lead. This is great for the T side. If they can keep this up, they've only got a few more rounds to go. It's going to be a half victory for them on T side. Again, T side and Nuke. And while this map has become a lot more even in recent updates, still is a bit of a fallacy to see a T side of Nuke going well. Spraying from Nifty starts things. Andrew with the second and the third kill on the face-up. And everybody dies in lobby as Envy with the default aggressive plays shut down Lazarus in their standard default plays. Zelsis and FNS with a hell of a task ahead of them to try to turn things back around and try and get some sort of stance here in round 12. Decimating to their economy state as well, because again, they haven't let a lot lost bonus build. They haven't allowed any sort of control out. Zelsis will isolate one kill, but take 50 points of damage back for it, so it's not ideal. No outside control either, so Nifty start to push in over towards Secret. Chances are he'll face and not see anyone, so he's willing to take that face. Meanwhile, FNS with Som takes that headshot. He goes back on the man of the bomb site. Sonic turns around with the orb, and Zelsis 1v3 lines up the first. Looking on towards Heaven for the second. Molotov to try to keep him away. Just has to fall back. He's got the bomb on his back, so he can go over to the B bomb site. It will be a 4K clutch for Zelsis. We get Nifty. 30 seconds. The AUG faces the AK, spots the gun barrel. He knows exactly where he is. Slowly face around with Android there to support it. And the kill will come through. 2 for him, 2 for Android. A great aggressive face from those two down towards the ramp room. And just like that, Lazarus back to evens one more time. And again, the economy not building for the T's. Despite that, they're going to go for a buy. AK Galil, 2 CZs versus the full-blown might of the CT side. Smokes up, FNS will cross out and over to the secret area, so they've established some sort of control of the B-halls, but no more than that for Lazarus. They have still got ramp control contention coming in from 3. Tens, Infinite, and Sabrosa. All bunched up like this before, but no such nasal coming from the likes of Fugly. Around this corner, ready for the first frag. Trade on the second. Sonic there to back him up, and eventually Fugly will double down. Zelsis will catch off Nifty for one good dink down shot. The AUG sitting in the favor of the T-side player, but now he's got to get a few more frags and not ready for the ramp room or the hut control coming in from the CT force. He didn't know Fugly actually. This could work out for a frag, but little does he know that Som's still keeping the backlines. He's got to turn around, and there you go. Som will take him. FNS last man to double doors. Android hears him, knows exactly where he is. There you go. Envy lockout the force by Lazarus on round 14. Should be in for an eco. Upgrade P250s at best for most players, but other than that, we're looking at one final rifle round for the end of the half. To turn 8 to 7 as well for Lazarus is still going to be good. But they aren't looking to over-aggress and over-buy in this roundup. Flashes and smokes, Foley the outside Android here on ramp room with the AUG. 10 with the first Eagle shot. Good kill on Fugly. Sonic trades it, and Android, 3 players to line up. He gets 2 and triples down. Nice and easy here for the Eco and Celsius. That much that he can do out here. The AWP comes in with the final frag. And Envy do take the half. Last round of the half will still have to be played. Tens opting not to drop the glass cannon AWP here. AKs with full set to utility. A Creek for Sabrosa, limited by a factor of 1 on the utility setup. Molotov double flashes and smokes for everybody else. Double flash and smoke for Sabrosa. Lazarus go onto the default. Ramp room control again. Envy will push Sonic and Android aggressive. Can they get a frag though? Can they open things up? Yes, they can. Bomb drop, Sabrosa. Instantly out of the round, taking out the Krieg. As Envy look to close out the CT half and a good no. Som with a secondary kill on Infinite. 5-on-3 scenarios. FNS moves into the bomb site, wraps back around the backstab. Som's not ready for this. One more man close towards the heaven area, trying to get looked upon, but no more CTs to face. As Zelsus covers off the backstab Android. Sprays down, gets it. 1 point of health left, but he stays alive in 3v3. With further utility he can use to try and suppress the CTs for a couple of seconds. Bomb plant will be secured, and Tens spots out another insect. He gets that headshot on the second face, and now Lazarus take control. With flashbangs evaded, Fugly will have information onto one CT, and a big backstab coming in from Zelsus. Will he go towards heaven? It looks like he's going to go heaven instead, as Sonic goes falling. Fugly with 1 kill, and Zelsus looks for the final frag. He'll get the secondary and turn a 7th at the turn of the half for Lazarus. A great T side, a really great T side established by the Lazarus boys. Here on the CT side, they can still turn things around. Envy with a pistol, quick hit, nifty straight out of the gate. Flash support in from him, spots out Tens. He misses every bullet. Tens will get 1 before he gets traded. The bomb plant will still be secured by Envy. Android open, falls back behind the silos, looking onto heaven where FNS is there. And some smokes back on to the main cross. Saprosa moving in, tapping on up, trying to get Fugly down. He has no information other than the tracers coming in, so the best he can do is blind fire and hope that a headshot comes in. One face towards outside. Som will try and contest, try and pull a distraction away from the main bomb site. He will get caught off though. Saprosa trying to look for this frag, and he will distract him all the same. As FNS moves in, Saprosa goes falling. Headshot not getting landed by the USP. Gets down to first. Not quite a second and nifty. 2 versus 2. Those CTs contest. Infinite there with a shot, but no defuse kit left on the CT players. They will pick it up, but it's way too late for this. Som just holding on. Infinite will get the kill, and Lazarus way too slow to act on the Envy retake. Pistol going in favour of the T's, as now they make themselves 2-2 on the pistol round so far in this series. Down, Zelsus trying to regress down the T side in the same way that Envy did to them on their CT side, but in the end it's the MAC-10s that quickly clean things up. Android and Fugly, 2 quick spray downs, 1 man dead. Android to face him for a secondary frag, so $1,200, he's done his job. He's got the money left on the force buy. Lazarus trying to do some frag damage, and Sonic will take down 1, so Brosa turns it on towards the likes of Fugly. 4 versus 4, spotting Sonic as well, double Molotov and smoke combination. Flashbang from Android, not going that well there, but he blocked by his own teammates, so. Re-smoke down regardless, will keep Saprosa and FNS from working in towards the double doors side. Probably best to save their Kevlar at this stage. Envy have it completely locked out here. Some sort of exit frag might be nice, like a flashbang in for Saprosa. The FNS will try and catch this 1 man, but Sonic will get out of dodge. Fall back in, make sure no one's going to contest the bomb site. Try back on FNS, deal with him. Saprosa got to run away back towards Secret. And Envy with a quick hit going about as well as they would have wanted it to. Should put them at 10, 11 to 7 or so. For Lazarus have a decent bite back. Nades brought down for the nade stack of Lazarus, but that's the best that they got. On towards the ramp room, though. They're going to do damage, take Fugly down. Trade back on Sonic for him to 3 HP. Actually, this has kind of been a bit of a disaster with the upgrade pistol coming in from Tens. And now an SMG secured by Infinite. This actually could be a round that Lazarus have to work with. Zelsus also with a nade. If it's placed smartly, could take even more against the T-side line. Going to shoulder bait, look in towards the hut. As soon as he sees a T-side player, we'll nade it back. Very quiet. Very, very quiet. Lazarus and Smokes inland, and Som will make his way up alongside Sonic. Smokes down towards the standard secret cross. Flashbang in, will try and establish some outside control as nades. That final nade is used, but Envy are nowhere to be seen as they put some nade responses down of their own towards the main position. 4 players down, 10 to the 5-7. Let's see what you can do. Nifty first headshot. Sonic facing, but he misses every single bullet, going right around the man. The upgrade pistol does not do a whole lot here for Lazarus. Zelsis facing, going down. FNS trying to trade, but he goes down all the same. And Infinite here to deny the bomb plant. That might be the best that he can do, but 2 low speed players around the first and the second and the third. Not quite landed. Som turns it back. But that eco round doing a lot of damage again to Envy. No CT side, letting the T side get off easy. Exact same as the first half. And Lazarus now here with the buy. The AWP on Zelsis. 3 AUGs and 1 M4 for 10s. AK's in. Orps at the ready. Also for the Envy side, the rebuy comes out. Again, it does limit that economy state. They also limit on the first frag. Saprosa up in the rafters. Flashbangs in, times it one on Android, going for the vent dive, predicting that play from the T-side forces and takes him down all for it. Drops into the bomb site to open things up again with a man advantage for Lazarus. Can Envy respond? They go out towards outside. Looks like, yeah, Zels is here towards the AWP, and now the secret position, ready for the first face of Nifty. Catches that man down and tries to fall back and on towards the vents area. Look back in for a little bit more. I imagine that Envy will know about this. Molotov's in, flashbangs over. He'll get caught off guard by it and forced to fall back to the A-bomb site. He will go. Envy. Spotted 2 by Infinite on rotation. 2-man advantage still maintained here by Lazarus. No trade for the teams means that they're going to be very limited on what they can do, with even more damage coming in on the likes of Sonic. Infinite will try and get a third. AWP Zelsis also wants his double kill. Smoke down towards observation, allows no entrances for Envy to make their way in from there. It's now just decontamination and the double doors. Infinite pushed up as well. Molotov's in. No face from FNS, but Infinite will still look up here on the rafters, bursts on through, takes down 1. Som and Sonic do try and back with 2 of their own, but FNS locks it out to 1 versus 3. So Sonic, bomb plant can be secure, but 10's at decon. Ready for the face-up, ready for the kill, and ready for the defuse. Lazarus, a nice confident defense, gets 8 on the CT board. Envy, 3 rounds ahead still. Teammates coming in from Lazarus as well, so everyone kind of contributing to that. Opening frags, AWP responses, retake mode, well played so far. And Envy, with the damage being done in that last eco round, are now going to be down to a force buy, actually. I was going to say an eco or a half buy, but they're going to go in. Actually, technically, it could still be a half buy with Som and Android only going down to 1,500 at best, so yeah. 2 deagles and a P250, it's more like a half buy from Envy. The Eagles up doing damage to Zelsis, the AWP forced to fall back. Meanwhile, the AUG is Saprosa. Fugly off guard. Oh, he spots, sprays, and takes the man down. Opening frag established by Lazarus. Damage being done to Zelsis, the AWPs. It's not an ideal setup for the CTs, but they have got the opening kill. Nifty recovering the Deagle off the dead body of Fugly. Sonic, the other Deagle, does look onto Zelsis and does take him down. So AWP now out of play. But Lazarus still with a firepower advantage, still with a weapon advantage. A positional advantage from FNS if he can get these 2 kills lined up with the traction coming in towards Hell. Nifty will get sprayed up. Second face lines up for the triple. Not quite happening from Android's part of things, but Bum on his back alone. Sonic about to fall. 10's ready for that face. Backstab from Sabrosa will get ready for Android to reface back over the lobby position. Will spot spray, take down the last second AK in play once again for the CT side. And Envy with that half buy can go for the full investment. Android's going to have a couple problems, I think. For the AK head Kevlar without any utility. Some 2 pieces available for him. Sonic 3, so not the best setup again for Envy. A little bit lacking in utility game, but still be a rifle round versus the AWP-led side of Lazarus. 2 AUGs, 2 AK saves. The setup looking good for Lazarus to do the damage to the head Kevlar, maybe entirely negated by Envy. Outside control from Sabrosa, taps on taps, doing damage to Nifty. Sprays manically doing down over to the secret cross, but not getting the kill against him. They will establish some secret control, and Infinite will be forced to rotate back as a result. Only man that can defend this against Nifty. As Envy push into the ramp from Sabrosa, holding the exact same angle behind the stack. AK at the ready. What can he do? Turn back over to the A-bomb site, kicking out a squeaky door. FNS with one quick frag. Som trades it back on main. Fugly comes up with the 10s, and a Molotov from Fugly will keep them suppressed over in the heaven area. 4 versus 3, and Sabrosa wrapping back in. Hearing footsteps. Does he spot Fugly now? He will lock onto his position right now. Get it back to evens just as the bomb goes down. 3v3. Nifty still lurking back towards outside. Zelsus is playing on the outside position to be wary of this. Hearing the footsteps, though, Molotov's in for Sabrosa. Zelsus will take the man down. Som here, 2 players to find. Infinite rounds that corner, gets sprayed upon. As Envy keep the trades going now, Zelsus moving on to the bomb site. Will spot where the bomb is. Gonna smoke down, defuse kit on both CT players. Will he go for the full ninja? 5 seconds to stick it, fakes it once, peeks on Son, sprays back on Son. They know exactly where he is, and also Sabrosa needs to keep him away. He will do just that. The defuse will come through, and Lazarus will make their way within 1 of the Envy lead. The pistol converts coming in for the T's now. The rifles coming in for Lazarus. Bit of an awkward money line as well for Envy. Will they want to go for the buy? Will they want to bother with this one? There's going to be a half buy. Maze coming out, Android quickly into the vent dive control. Envy also establishing ramp room control here. Infinite forced to rotate off the back of that, so there is no one really watching. He could get siphoned off and bracketed in. Zelsus will try and make his way over towards Hell, try and cut off the T-side players that make their way up. Good shot, only lands 1 though. Spots out several more, so Infinite may get wrapped in upon Sonic with a drive-by. Opens things up for the T-side of 4 versus 4, but Sabrosa here quick to respond. Som close. Fugly with the AK though, and he's been the main T-side force. They try and rotate back over to the A bomb site. Android, CZ in play. Fugly also here. His damage done to Sabrosa will take him down. 10 to the trade. Fugly with the trade right back, and the T's maintain their control. 3v2. Bomb plant to be secured by Sonic and Envy. This half-buy could go much better for them. FNS making his way up through the heaven area, and Sonic's not going to try and face down him and try to fake it once, but no vision spotted of the CT man. So now Zelsus and FNS with 2 retake positions. Zelsus comes up, sees it on the first man. AWP as Sonic gets turned on towards, and Zelsus lands the quick scope for the 3K. And Lazarus with an 11th, just barely held on towards. Definitely could have been an Envy round though. Damage coming through might be enough for Envy to take a bit more of a confident stance going into potentially their map point. But it all rests on this round. It's a very important round for both sides. Envy to shut down Lazarus' economy. Lazarus to do the same. A bit of loss bonus for Envy means that they'll have a bit more to fall back on, which means that Lazarus will have to fight the uphill battle at this stage. Smokes in, flashes over from Fugly, looks on, spots Zelsus, sprays and takes him down. Now moving even further forward, the AK's up from Nifty. Som also going to be here, flashbangs over. Nifty with the Molotov. Supporting his T-side player. into the secret area. Again, Envy have lost, or gained the early man advantage, I should be saying. What continues to face towards outside, but Lazarus being very quiet about their positions, being very careful about where they reveal themselves, and that's why Finesse can line up 2 quick spray downs. Infinite will trade a 3 versus 3. Foggy trying to wrap back in against the man, will be flashbang successful. Turn over the second as Sabrosa. Made in towards Heaven, will not quite land. Sabrosa gets out towards Hell to try and reface this one. Could potentially take out a T-side player, indeed he does on Fugly. So he turns around, gets that frag right back, and 10 falls to Android. So Envy, outside control, almost blundered its way out of the round, but they maintain off the back of that first pick. May hold on to their own. AK's up, AWP's in, and again Lazarus here with a force buy round could allow Envy to go as far as 14 to 11. Sabrosa with a Deagle in hot, close range positions. Som be the first man to face, but they do want to get their way in towards this one. Lazarus, of course, again with the random control, and FNS peeks it, takes out the first man. Som deals with Sabrosa, so 1-for-1 trade, and Sonic turns back onto FNS, catching him off guard. AUG still picked up by the CT man, though. Infinite's going to get away alive with the rifle, and could potentially do some more damage with this, but still the man advantage for Envy. Celsius back here, spotted out by Nifty, turns on for the second, clinical headshots found, and Tens. Last man standing with a scout back over at ramp from 1v4. This force buy has not gone well for Lazarus. The bomb plant will be secured, it will be 13 to 11.
Bomb has been planted.
And Tens looking on. Does get a good shot on Nifty, very good quick scope, well placed. Drops back in, Som will expect him down on the lower bomb site, will go up in position even more with the scout shots. Som sprays him down. 13 will get landed out by Envy. All 5 players going out, so no saved investment from Lazarus. The quick play is out and over to the ramp room for Envy. Lazarus got 1 man there, backed up by FNS, who will try to get some tag damage done with the USPs, but in the end, the T-side forces just well outnumber, well overwhelm the Lazarus squad. Macked it in from Nifty, gets 1 and 2, not quite the third. $100 gained by the SMG, though. Andrew going to take the last 2 plays. Damage, still traded back by FNS, so lost AK. But 3 players alive means that Envy overall profits. $14 to 11. Envy on their map pick have been tested by Lazarus. Can they close it out here? No economy for the CT side to fall back on. Three rounds of loss bonus. Here come the CT faces. Sonic straight up and out with the AWP. 10's tagged up at 79 points of health. Celsius moving in and Sonic cuts him off first. Early kill found. Sabrosa. So on a secret from FNS here. Nifty spotted and can't get taken down. That's B-side control established right now by Envy, even if it's not completely actively. Infinite's not facing in. He's not going back down towards the B tunnels. Placed it outside and realised that nobody is here. $60 seconds left for Envy. It looks like the bomb's still up towards the lobby position, and they're going to opt to go towards the A site. Which might actually be a bad idea. Again, they've got 2 players here with another one towards the outside that can control him from heaven. Lazarus hold off for a few seconds, and they could, of course, cut off the line out towards Secret. Nifty's making his way downstairs, so... Spot down that there's no one here on B and be like, okay, maybe it's best to call in this rotation. But how they're going to get here, they've got to go all the way through outside unless they're making it in through ramp room. He actually does establish that line. And Lazarus conceding all this B site control. Still, Envy are going to commit towards A. So the backstab will come in from Nifty. How much can he get done? Is Tens on the bomb site. Infinite gets down one. Sabrosa traded. And Tens, 15 seconds in the line of bomb plant, gets the first man out. Can he get the bomb plant to the left-hand side? They're creeping around. And the backstab coming in from the Infinite drops Android. That might not be enough, though. Fugly. Final frag found. Map point for Envy. As they try and push us to train. Force spike comes in from the CT side. Lazarus resting everything in this last round. At least for Nuke. This second half they were looking poised. Absolutely poised to take control of this series at 2-0. Envy have fought back. And they fight back hard. Nifty makes his way outside into the garage area. The AK that leads the charge. AWP is Sonic still watching outside. Sabrosa with a UMP face. Not the most ideal weapon for this. Then again, Infinite's downstairs towards the B-bomb site, and they will start making their way up and over. Could still face in this SMG. Close range from Nifty. Could still lose the fight. Meanwhile, CT's face up and out from the likes of FNS and Tens. 5-7 at the ready to try and cut off any control. Nifty moves up and over and looks in as the CTs do aggress down towards secret area. Little do they know that actually might still be a play in for Sabrosa. Som trades it back, Sonic towards outside. Som trying to control it. Molotov's down, and Zelsis will go falling in for the here with a Famas turns on towards one man. 10-0 goes down, however. It will be the last kill coming in for Som there. 16-11. And Envy pushes to a third map. Train.